Hope you're having a good day. This is my Dwarf African Strangler. It's a Ficus Natalensis. Have had a few people mention that they don't think it's an African version, but then they really don't offer like many suggestions of what it is. So I'm just going to go with what it was sold to me as, and that's what I believe it to be. Before I go any further, some of you may have noticed that my videos have slowed way down. I took on an extra role. I actually took on a couple extra roles at work this year, but the biggest one was our AP calculus teacher moved and offered to take the class. And I thought that, even though it's been well over a decade since I actually took calculus, I thought it would all come rushing back to me. And sure enough, it has not been that easy. I've been having to pour a lot of work into it. But I think I'm finally caught up, and I can kind of continue my videos now. Plus, I got a little bit of work I really need to do. I have realized the wire has been on this guy since December. As I looked through my my old videos, I was under the impression that I did around April, so I was thinking, well, that's only 4 or 5 months, and it actually was December. So it's definitely time to come off. Even in my absence here of doing videos, I have had to do a bunch of work on a few of my trees that just really needed the work. I didn't have time to set up the camera, edit the video, and everything else, so I just went ahead and did the work. But let's go ahead and get a look at this guy all the way around. I've had it for 5 years. It is a root. I do have it over a rock. I have mentioned before that I'm going to go ahead and try to wait about another 5 or 6 years before I try to expose the rock. I'm starting to get the idea it's not turning out exactly like I'd like it to, and it's starting to get like a lot of weeds as well. So what I'm going to do today is I'm not going to expose the rock. After I prune it and get all the wire off, I'm going to go ahead and just take maybe a couple inches of soil off. Might give me a good idea on whether or not it's actually turning out the way I had hoped. And if it's not, there's a chance next spring I may just go ahead and repot it without the rock. This rock really is very big and it's very heavy to carry and everything, so I'm not sure I really wanted to leave it on this forever anyhow. It's going to be hard to really get it in any kind of a pot to get good looks at it and everything. So we'll just see how that goes. Alright, and with the camera off there for a second, I just decided to test the tree to see how root bound it was and what might be going on underneath, and it really just kind of almost popped right up out of place. It is root bound, nice and tight roots there and everything, but just wasn't stuck in the pot as much as I thought it would be. And I was not planning on doing all this, but since I do see I left it all in the original soil that it came in, which is just, you know, the a pre-bonsai mix of a lot of peat. I'm gonna go ahead and do a repot now, raise it up a little bit, see what it looks like. There is the rock. You don't have to go super extreme with this repot, but wouldn't want to leave any black dirt under the rock for sure. If I even decide to leave it on the rock. Thought I had a couple rectangular pots that this would be good for. Both of them were just a little bit not wide enough to fit in there. I just really couldn't position it in there so it would work. So it's got to go right back in that big bowl pan. I set it right back in there like it is. It'll still pick up by the trunk, but right now, because I've cleaned it up so much, it's really not worth picking it up by the trunk anymore, seeing if it'll carry the rock. It will, but it's just not worth pushing it. As I add soil to it, I'm just going to kind of let it rest in there, and then I'm going to pick it up a little bit and try to get it resting, again, finally at about an angle about like that. Kind of see what it looks like. Sometimes, once you kind of start chucking in the soil and stuff, it starts becoming obvious which way the tree would be the healthiest. All right, and so there we go. Change the angle a little bit. Got it in some much better soil. Got the rock a little bit higher. And I keep looking at it, and I do believe this branch here is just out of place. It's with this aerial root here. If I'm going to keep the aerial root, I think the branch has to go. And I want to keep the aerial root, so... And I think that's better. We've still got plenty of growing season left. Can't wait to see it recover.